Yo, we back in here with another episode of the Blood Brothers podcast. It's gonna be me, my brother Neil. We're gonna talk about some topics that I'm seeing happening in the hip hop entertainment world. We'll give our perspective, and hopefully y'all will join in the comment section because we'll be looking at the comments and reading what you guys have to say about the subject matter. I think we're gonna start off with Charlemagne and what he had to say about who he felt was the most influential. He was trending on what was it? TikTok maybe or Twitter or whatever. He was trending somewhere. Let me share the screen so y'all can see it. I'll play the clip so y'all can hear what he had to say and see why Chief Keef fans, who is trash by the way. So if you are a Chief Keef fan, I need you to come explain yourself and hit me with some bars. I want to see at least 4 bars in the comment section because I don't see how anybody even listens to Chief Keef at all. In any type of way. Have you ever listened to one of his albums?
No. I tried to give him a chance when he first came out, and I decided then, I made a firm decision then that he would no longer get a chance.
Not so much.
He wouldn't get a second
now,
chance.
His fans, they'll come at your neck for saying that. They remind me of NBA Youngboy fans. Well, I don't think they're as extreme as NBA Youngboy fans. NBA Youngboy fans are
I don't get it, man. Like, how can you you don't have no bars.
They don't need that no more, yo. I don't think that's a requirement amongst the youth. The youth don't need none of that.
I don't understand, man.
But Chief Keef fans were mad at Charlemagne over his opinion about the top influential rappers. Y'all listen to this clip. Let me make sure it's turned up good enough so y'all can hear it. Now, the woman says you got to put Chief Keef. They talking about Wayne. Now, hold on. He's saying Wayne should have flexed. And I don't know at what point Wayne should have flexed because I've listened to Wayne flex several times throughout his music. And for very good reason. I would argue that Lil Wayne is probably the greatest rapper of all time. As far as catalog, as far as bars, as far as longevity. Now, New Wayne, Lil Tunechi, I'm not built for blonde hair. Racism don't exist. Tunechi. But as far as bars, straight bars, since he was 12 years old, I gotta give it to him as the greatest of all time.
And I could say Eminem has more hits recently than Lil Wayne. I could make that argument also.
But I mean, you could because the way Eminem was that's the way he sells though. Like that's just the way he sells. That's the way he sells.
All Wayne want to do is sing and be ugly.
I don't think you should call him ugly like that though. But Charlemagne argued that he is the third most influential of all time. On the list, he put Tupac, Kanye West, Lil Wayne, and Jay-Z. Now, I don't know how y'all feel about that list. I can't argue with him based on me watching copycats of both Kanye and Wayne. And I don't, not so much Jay. Do you think Jay has a copycat? Really? Can we say somebody bit? Because I see Lil Wayne's.
No. I know Young Chris, I thought for a second there, Young Chris.
But as far as mainstream, like I don't think a lot of these. You see a whole lot of little.
There's not a lot of copycats. No Jay-Z copycats. He's a very rare guy.
Yeah, as far as how he goes about rap, how he goes about.
There's no Busta Rhymes copycats. There's just certain cats you can't copy.
Right.
They are who they are, but
he influenced the entire rap game, of course. I mean,
But how do you leave? How do you not mention 50 Cent and mention Wayne?
hold on. Let's. What did 50 Cent do when he first came into the game, going diamond with Eminem, got all that, okay, outside of sales, as far as influence on the rap game? Influential all over the world.
He changed the mixtape game for
Okay,
one.
okay, mixtapes.
Prior to 50
What nobody jacking
mixtapes,
beats?
it was just recordings of live shows, and then it became a platform for DJs to get rappers a 16 bar freestyle in there. 50 Cent came along, took people's beats, mainstream beats, created whole songs, and put those songs on mixtapes and sold them. That changed the game completely. And then Lil Wayne did something completely different with the mixtape.
I actually saw an interview where 50 was talking about Wayne, and they was asking 50, was he feeling the pressure of Wayne being the hottest rapper out right now? This is back on Wayne's run when he went from, like, I want to say 2000 to 2006, 7, that we was hot, real hot right then. I saw 50 did a interview and it was asking about him. And he basically said, who is this dude? He's nothing. And then dude started talking about his mixtapes. And he said, well, if it wasn't for me, Wayne wouldn't be making mixtapes like that. He got that from me. Basically is what 50 ran up on him on the interview. I mean, he got a little insulted by it.
And Wayne really, he did the same type of thing. He took it to another level.
So way crazier level.
It first came out 16 bar freestyle over other people's beats. 50 Cent, whole songs over other people's beats. Lil Wayne, whole songs over other people's beats, no hooks.
Murdering people's beats.
Slaughtering
people's beats for nothing, for free. Here you go. Like,
just get the fuck out of here. Yeah, he took it to another level. But
that's crazy.
You gotta give 50 Cent. You gotta pay homage.
I'll give him. You pay him homage for that moment, but influential.
Not just that, but outside of rap, you know what I'm saying? Everything that he's done, you know, the talent management, the record, television, and film production, the footwear, the fragrances, the liquor, video games, apps. I mean, you name it, man.
That makes him.
He made $100 million off of vitamin water, man.
That makes him a capitalist. That doesn't make him influential.
That's very influential, yo.
Making money by selling products, influential.
And how do you not mention Master P also?
Neil, Master P. Okay, give me what for him to be the most influential. But again, to be fair to Charlemagne, this is his opinion.
Yeah.
It's his opinion. So your opinion now is who you got on yours. He named 4, you named 4 that he didn't put on there that you feel as though either should have been on there or was left off or what.
I mean, you could put Ice Cube on there.
Only 4 in there. Don't start wandering. You gotta get 4 clear, direct ones.
I only got 3. I got Master P, Ice Cube, and 50 Cent. Those are the ones that I would say you could make your argument for. You could replace
who out of the 4? Who?
You could replace Kanye. You could replace Wayne. You could replace any of the 4 that were mentioned. It's a matter of opinion.
It is a matter of opinion. Yours is you only got 3. You don't even got 4. But that's you can't cheat.
Kanye, Beast Mode. I mean, I can't argue with Kanye or Jay. It would be tough for me to argue against those 4. But I'm just saying.
I would say T-Pain.
You can put.
Would T-Pain be fair because of the auto-tune to what they're doing now with hip-hop? Because everything is hip-hop. You don't have to really be lyrical. You can sing your way through.
T-Pain didn't start rapping auto-tune, though. He was singing auto-tune.
Right.
So I can't really call that hip-hop.
But can you not? Now, based on what they're considering hip-hop now when you can have a dude come on and sing auto-tune the whole time and don't really have to spit no bars.
They can, but I can't.
But that's what hip hop is, though.
They, quote unquote, can do whatever they want.
That's what hip hop is considered. So, but you don't consider
T-Pain he is influential.
A lot of niggas ran with that shit. I hate it, actually.
But he wasn't the first person to use it. I guess he was the first person just to make it hot.
He made it hot in hip hop.
Yeah.
He made it hot in hip hop. And the way he did it was a little different than how other people did. And then people started mimicking him. And then it went into this more mumble-esque. It's even worse than what T-Pain was doing initially now. It's real. It's mumbly and singy at the same time. The shit's weird as fuck. And I don't see how kids, I don't know how they do it as much. But I can't even, I can't disagree. I guess I would have to wonder if Chief Keef fans, which was he gave a great counter to that argument because Chief Keef,
No,
like I wouldn't consider that.
Because Ace Hood created drill music, man.
Can't okay. To be fair, let me ask the counter.
Hood.
Ace Hood, and you know how much I fuck with Hood. But let me say this: don't drill music have to come? It came from Chicago though. So with Ace Hood being a Miami, Florida guy, can that be? He didn't consider. He wasn't calling it drill music. So then, how if he'd have laid claim to it, I think it would be a better argument. But you're just putting him there. He didn't lay claim to naming his style of music.
But he did come out and say that people was biting his damn style.
He did say that, and nobody paid him any attention.
Right.
I mean, his mixtape game. You know, I got every single one of them. So I'm heavy Ace Hood support here. Heavy. Ace Hood is highly slept on. And his older music was hard as fuck. Like,
but if you hear Ace Hood, you can just hear it in his music. Like, if you hear King Von is Ace Hood, man. You can't.
Wow. Okay.
It's bro.
They sound similar as fuck.
It sounds like it is fucking Ace Hood. Sound like Ace Hood was writing for the nigga.
Wow. So he's spitting to King Von had bars in. Because Ace Hood got bars.
Well, okay. Well, here's the thing.
Okay, then give me the thing. Because if you got to put his bars all the way up there, you saying sound and cadence maybe.
Right. Okay. Just the approach.
Cadence.
The words, the wordplay, it's not really the same.
Then I don't want you to put Ace Hood in there then with him. Let him be.
But if you hear, you're going to hear it. Like, if we're going to listen to a song together, you're going to be like, oh, okay. You're still going to be like, okay, you're trash, but you're going to hear what I'm
right. I'm going to say he's trash, full blow.
But back to what I was saying about Master P. Okay, this is what my man Master P did. So he flipped his label, all the money he made from his label, into a travel agency. This man got real estate.
You to my capitalism, Neil.
It doesn't matter. He's still influential.
That's capitalism. We're talking about influence. That's different.
Let's talk about this then. In 1996, Master P signed a music distribution deal with Priority Records. Nowhere, No Limit Records will retain 100%. One where No Limit Records will retain 100% of their master recordings and 85% of their record sales. Priority kept 15%, but at that time, nobody was doing that.
Right.
Nobody had a deal like that.
Right.
And this man started selling tapes out of his fucking trunk. So if anybody is influential, put P up there in your top 4 or top 5. I don't know why he kept it to 4, why he didn't go with 5.
He kept it to 4, that's what he had.
He could have gone with 5, and that would have been Master P.
But I don't see
and or 50 Cent.
Those are moments. I mean, those are events that happen, but influential? I don't know about influential. I'm hearing the capitalism. Okay, 50 sold this, Master P sold that. But we're not talking about visual
I'm talking
capitalism.
Influential from a business standpoint.
That's business. He's talking about hip hop. He talking about hip hop, not capitalism.
When he's talking about Jay-Z, he has to be including. It
but
has to be.
That's a byproduct of Jay-Z, but that has nothing to do with his influence in the rap game as far as changing how people approach rap, not changing how they get money. Business-wise, fine. You'll have a whole nother list of people on there if we're talking about just business-wise. Because we can't talk about Wayne. If he's talking about business, there's no way we're talking about Wayne because of the bad deal he had and the crime he did when Cash Money was going through what he was going through with the baby.
Very true.
So it can't be about.
And Tupac never reached his pinnacle. I think, like I was saying,
that's why I don't think he's talking about. You see what I'm saying though? That's why I don't think he's talking about capitalism because he put Tupac and Wayne on there.
But I am.
But you are.
But that's to me, that's been very influential. Like he changed the way people saw the game. Like looking at it from more than just a music standpoint. Like, oh, I can really make a lot of money from selling myself.
But you heard what DJ Akademiks said about the older rappers, right? Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't actually.
DJ Akademiks said them motherfuckers was the old rappers is broke and dusty, or dusty and broke.
Not Master P.
He said these young niggas,
because Master P stuck his, he planted his foot in the ground and said, "This is where I'm at. I'm gonna make some money from this shit." And he was a terrible rapper, but he was a great businessman.
Okay.
How do you sell 75 million sounding that terrible?
I mean, he had to make him say, he had catchy shit.
Make him say,
yeah. Like, how do you come? Nobody was doing that type of, like, that wasn't a bar. That was a calling. And a lot of songs in the South had that calling with them. That's what it came with, that type of hook. And that's what made the song successful. Even down to P.D. Pablo when he did that same shit with the North Carolina shit.
And every time No Limit gets played, because they got 85% of the sales and 100% ownership of their master recordings, they can continue to make money for generations and generations. He put all his people in place to make money.
Yeah.
Like, and to me, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, can't none of them rap. I don't know. Maybe Fiend. I like Fiend a little bit. But
I like
none of them on No Limit rap.
I like what you said initially.
Mystical had a few bars, but for the most part, they didn't have bars like that.
And Mystical can't stop raping bitches for some reason.
Oh my God, man. That's
He's continuing
a whole other thing. Like, dude, I believed in you. But anyway.
I'm gonna try to find this, what DJ Akademiks said. I'm gonna try to find it. I might not play it on the screen when I do because I should have had this put up. I didn't think it was gonna go there though. But you said you ain't even heard it. Because LL Cool J came back at him. And everybody been going ham on DJ Akademiks. I'm tripping.
I mean, that's not the first time he said some wild shit.
Wild shit. Yes, he says. Now I'm gonna see if it actually pulls it up. But he called them Dusty.
Dusty and Bro.
Yo. And see, this is the whole interview. He just did an interview 5 hours ago. I didn't even see that. I'm sure he's gonna be trying to explain himself. Cool. That's fine. Leave it down. That's fine. So this is what LL said in response, but I want to see just what he said. I don't want to go through the fucking whole shit with it. I just want the soundbite.
Of what LL said?
No, I know what LL said. I'm talking about what DJ Akademiks said. Everybody going off on him, responding to him. But basically said them old rappers be looking dusty. The young boys is the ones making the bread and shit like that. That's what basically, and this is Joe Budden responding to him, but he said that hip-hop legends are dusty and broke. And the young boys are the ones that get money out here. So how can I respect them when they broke, basically?
And based on what, like,
wilding.
You could actually make the argument that they made more money back then because they were getting, anywhere from $10 to $18 an album, whereas now it's all streams and niggas is making pennies off them streams, where you got to get 1 million streams or you ain't making no money. Now niggas is making money on tour and all that, but
right.
I mean, when motherfuckers was going diamond, like when Snoop and M and
50,
like that was a lot of money that they made off of those deals.
If they signed the right record deal. Right. If and only if, actually, we have to say that, because so many times we hear about these deals that leave guys sideways at best. Sideways. But people felt as though he disrespected the pioneers of hip hop. And LL basically came out and said, you can't judge somebody and their influence on a culture and talk about money. That doesn't have anything to bear on the influence and the contribution that these people that you're calling dusty and broke made. That's what LL did. And I've been saying for the longest, Black people are some of the only people that sit around and call people broke to devalue their message, to devalue everything about them. We'll just say, well, that motherfucker broke. basically, and that's how we'll shame somebody, and
Oh, he
nothing they
ain't
say
getting
after
no
that.
money.
Right? You ain't getting no money. You ain't making what I make. Nigga, go to work or go stock some shelves or whatever. To insult. If you say anything, you don't have any value, and they don't respect what you say unless you're making money. DJ Academics arguably wouldn't even be in a position to talk about hip hop if it wasn't for these guys. That's what made it so crazy to me. Like you're sitting around talking about hip hop
He's
culture.
not a rapper.
You're not a journalist.
Like if Joe Budden had said it, then I'd be like, okay, let me kind of give this,
He wouldn't
grain
say
of
it.
salt.
I don't think Joe Buttons wouldn't say it.
Only somebody who was a fucking troll would say that, and that's what Akademiks is.
Right, getting paid for it, getting paid heavy for
Let
it.
me see what I can say. Just the wildest shit that I can think of. I think he just wake up in the morning and before he yawn, he just like, let me just say the wildest shit today.
Ever. And see, I might actually sit and try to listen to this fucking interview at some point. This hour, almost hour and a half, it just came out 5 hours ago. I'm sure people are going to want to hear how is he going to backpedal and say, well, what I meant to say was this, or is he going to stand 10 toes down? That's the question at this point. It's kind of one of those, I want to see if he going to stand with it and stick with what he said, or is he going to start fucking backpedaling?
He's not gonna backpedal. He's not
Will he
gonna
feel
lose.
obligated to based on everybody's responded to him?
He's not gonna lose money. If anything, it's gonna make him money because the more people that click on the videos and watch him, the more money he gets. So it's keeping him relevant.
By trolling like that, a paid troll.
He don't have to backtrack. It's not like he didn't come out and say something outlandish, like just completely disrespectful to everybody. He said something disrespectful to older rappers, and the teenagers don't give a fuck. Yeah, fuck these. You remember when my man said Tupac was trash?
Hold on. I be hearing motherfuckers say "fuck them kids." That's kind of like the counter to that. They be like "fuck them old niggas."
Yeah.
Fuck these old niggas, yo. They are broken, dusty. It'll be enough people that will have that sentiment or try to understand where. Right. Yo, old niggas always preaching. Always trying to preach. You done did all your dirt, and now you trying to talk shit.
Yeah.
I'd be like, damn, it's a little true, but damn, act like what's going on with you, bro? Even T.I. had to come out and say something about it because he was talking about Lil Wayne's daughter. Talking about Lil Wayne's daughter, like. Is he okay? Like, is okay?
I want to know what kind of protection Akademiks.
That's what I was gonna say. Because he always the times I listen to him talk, he act like he pussy. Like he said, he always walking around with security. I don't know whether he be joking, but he look a bitch ass nigga. So I'm sure he probably does have security constantly because he knows somebody might fuck around and snuff his ass.
Pudge ass nigga, man.
Somebody might fuck around and snuff him real quick just for saying wild shit. So he has to have security. He don't have a choice.
That's what I be thinking all the time. Like how much security, like how much of your budget is going towards security?
It has to.
For you to be saying wild shit like that.
Right? It has to. It has no choice.
He just like, okay, he could have stopped. But
do you want to
talk about my man's
do
daughter?
You want to talk now? Here's somebody that was put on the list as well as most influential. Do you want to talk about Kanye?
Yeah, we can, man. I mean,
because I want this to be understood. Boy, they own your shit. You the boss.
right?
This nigga is living in delusion. Listen to this. Wow, went crazy on Sway. Mhm. Yeah, no one's gonna be like no. No one's going to treat you like that because he was right. You've been trying to Kanye, as we call him over here affectionately. Uh, he been trying to get in spaces with these white folks the whole time. It's all he been begging to be. He want to be like famous white people. He hasn't separated himself to want to be like a famous black man. He want to be in spaces with them people, and that's where he be getting fucked up. But now he's sitting here talking about he the boss, but they own your brand. You went into a deal with them. Like, how you do that with lawyers, bro? You're a billionaire. You're the richest black man in the country.
I want these guys to work together. Like these influencers, these guys that have all this money and all this power. Why don't y'all come together in a room, sit at a round table, and come up with the money and the ideas and what you're really gonna do with it, but make it your own. Come up with your own label, your own brand. Why are you keep going to these folk, man?
As
you have
the capital to right.
do it differently.
Thank you. As you're the richest black man in America. As you're him. Now, if you're me, maybe I make that mistake. If I'm the richest black man in America, I'm not running up the white folk begging. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. And a lot of these guys their souls be for sale. Yeah, that's how I feel. He could have. What's wrong with having $2 billion and keeping your brand to yourself? You have $2 billion, and by the time you would grow up and pass away, it would be tripled in worth or quadrupled or like, come on.
That's another thing.
That's crazy. Man. If we gonna say we the culture,
I don't believe in that net worth shit either, man. I think that's all a hoax.
You think it's what the kids call cap?
Real, man. Yeah, that's.
I mean, it's some cap.
Yeah, I don't know how it's calculated, and these artists are always saying that it's bogus anyway, so I have to take their word for it. They're always saying that it's wrong, so I don't know how it's calculated, how they come up with it, but I don't believe in that net worth shit.
Even if you don't believe in the net worth shit, you have money as Kanye West.
Does he have money though, or is all his money tied up in, like you said, them folk?
To be fair, he was an artist first.
Yeah.
#1 records, albums. I mean, that was first. He did that first. So he has money. Like, he's not you or me or you put together 1,000 times. He has money, for real money. Even if it's just $2 billion, because they got his net worth at 6. I brought him down to 2. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, well, I mean,
even if it's $4 billion wrong, I brought him to $2 billion. Say you got $2 billion net worth. You're a billionaire officially.
Even if he's not quite a billionaire, I mean,
do you go to Gap to sell your brand to them? Like, come on, you form a conglomerate, just like you said. You get all these rich people in a room. I'm talking about go to Eddie Murphy and everybody to make something else, to make a Donda brand that's not underneath an umbrella, but it's its own brand. You can pay Chinese people to make your clothes like everybody else. This isn't an untapped market. They're going for who's ever paying them.
Cheap labor anywhere.
They're going for who's ever paying. So there's no excuse that you can't make this happen or do this yourself. Almost like Swiss Beats and Timberland selling out the Versus thing to some white folk as well. And now they're trying to sue them white folk.
I think Jay-Z sold out Tidal in the same way.
Like, I'm like, why? I don't understand it. What's with the umbrella? Why won't you make your own umbrella? I don't. That's something I won't never understand about these genius guys, these genius billionaires. And we talk about the fact that you can make so much money in this life that you can catapult through this glass ceiling. I'm looking at very rich guys that still cannot catapult through the glass ceiling. They tell us it ain't there, but it must be. You make enough money, you can, float out of blackness and start just, owning your own internet or putting your own satellites in the sky. No.
Is there a clause in your contract saying that you can't?
No, I don't even think we can put satellites up there. America, let's think about it for a second. This is a drift off to the right a little bit, or maybe to the left. But let's say somebody black wants to put a satellite in the sky just because they have the money to do it. But they don't have a NASA. You see what I'm saying? Red tape. They don't have the capability to own that industry. Essentially, it's just an industry that they funnel money into to shoot a rocket into the sky. You can't just go do that. That's illegal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the stations themselves, the satellites are their satellites. We ain't made a satellite and sent it up nowhere yet. So I wonder how much money do you have to have?
That's a very good question.
God damn, how much money do you have to really be free and not be on here complaining about how somebody done took from you or stole your likeness or something that's your product and you're black and rich, wealthy, and you still getting hoed? Like with the gap, you signed to the Gap and you didn't read the contract. You're a billionaire. You should have 6 lawyers. What you mean?
Really free? That's what.
Now this man said slavery was a choice. Slavery was a choice.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you.
Regrettable shit.
Watch this though. Guess what it is? Selling your brand to the caves. That's a choice.
Damn.
Didn't have to do that. Could have did what he's doing now with no contract, no mess involved with it. That's what you was doing already. You Kanye, you can bring people to a Sunday service, but I mean, come on, you can do that, but you can't sell your own product at your own event and fund it. You'll make a killing. Now that's what you're gonna do though. After you done sold your soul to Gap and didn't read your contract. I can't. And this is the genius y'all telling me he is. I'm supposed to believe that he's a genius and he knows all. Sway was right, what he said, but now he's in a situation where he doesn't even own his own brand. That happens way too much to black prominent figures. And at some point, they're going to have to put their heads together and that shit going to have to stop. It's going to have to stop. Okay, now we're going to go here.
Maybe another 20. No, maybe another 20 years.
20, it shouldn't take him 20. They should be seeing now. I think Kanye should be the last example because now we've been watching examples from, hell, we watch documentaries about bad contracts and, you know, people getting hoed over and you thinking they making all this money, but they're really not. TLC comes to mind.
360 deals and all that.
All that crazy shit. Another 20? It should be already established because if I know it and you know it, and we don't even rap. We're not in the industry.
Look at the industry now. These young guys, I mean, are they taking the blueprint that has been set before them and running with it, or are they running and doing the same things over and over again?
And we'll learn about it in 10 years on a documentary. We don't know the truth.
Will they be bankrupt 5 years from now?
Let me show you this. Let me show you this. And this is another left because you forced me here, honestly. It's from my mom when you said that. Because now you got the same people that's stuck in a situation where we don't know whether we're looking at an illusion or not until we learn about it on a documentary. Oh, they was broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have never known they was going through that turmoil or that, you know, a group breaking up. Like G-Unit, for example, as we were talking about 50 Cent earlier, it looks like if you look at the pictures, a lot of times the pictures look good. So you don't know. You see the chains, you see the cars, you see the house, you see all this. Right. We've learned a lot of it ain't real. The jewelry don't even be real. The jewelry don't even be real, bro. They don't even bring an appraiser with them. You telling me now it was rappers, and this is another. I thought about this too. There was rappers complaining that their jewelry be fake, or they was exposing the fact that the jewelry be fake, but they put it out here to the public like the shit real. These niggas be getting jacked for fake jewelry, and nobody, not the rapper, ain't bringing an appraiser with him to the jewelry store for whatever reason after these stories done came out. And the nigga that's robbing them and possibly killing them for that jewelry don't even know if it's a fake chain. So what if you take it to the appraiser? You done kill somebody for it. You think you getting a bando, big bandos. Are you gonna get 500,000 when you chop it down? Them bitches.
Fuck out of my store.
A Jewish motherfucker with that little magnifying glass on his eye.
No. Right. Hold on, man.
Like you didn't put what's that thing? I don't even know what it's called. And look at Jules, the little eye thing. You got to bring that guy with you. Why are you leaving him behind?
I don't even need to look at it on this shit.
Right, get shit out of here. He hold it up to fucking room lights. Not even the magnifying shit. Just hold up to the light and tell you to get the fuck out of his face.
I can't even imagine, man.
$200. Like nigga, and you done kill somebody for it?
Oh, them some fake Jordans. Damn.
Can you imagine losing your life for fake J's?
You didn't notice the Nike check was going wrong?
Don't laugh, people dying. This is how you know something wrong with you, and anybody else is out here laughing, something wrong with you too. To be fair, like, come on, but how dumb do you have to be? When are they gonna start bringing the guy with them?
Oh my God! Yo.
Like, when the fuck are they gonna bring the guy with them? The appraiser, is it an appraiser?
I have my authenticizer with me. I
Right.
don't know what the hell you call him.
I thought it was an appraiser. I think it's an appraiser. But I brought him. He's on my team. If I'm buying jewelry, there's no way you selling me a ruby, emerald, diamond. You ain't selling me nothing unless I'm bringing them folk with me.
Something I didn't know until recently. Rubies are more expensive than diamonds. So if you get your chick a wedding ring and it's ruby, it shows that you love her more. And it's not a blood diamond, so you know that your people didn't get killed over it.
No, it's a blood ruby. It doesn't stop with diamonds.
No, man. I ain't never heard of no blood rubies.
That's because they don't want to talk about it. And put the diamonds up top. Blood rubies, blood emeralds. Anywhere that you have natural or expensive stones.
I'm interested, right?
Anywhere you got expensive stones, you're going to have the exploitation of people, Neil. I mean, how else can... I dig emeralds out of the ground. I bring them to you. What you mean? I dig rubies out of the ground. I bring them to you. I dig diamonds out of the ground. I bring them to you. I don't keep them for myself. So that dynamic alone, exploitation is real. And that's any natural resource. We can even say oil. It doesn't matter.
Damn.
Everything has got blood with it. Everything.
Damn, yeah. I didn't want to. I mean, I guess I could.
You gotta look at the logic.
Consider, but
I mean, where can a village dig upon some rubies and become rich off their rubies? Where? Diamonds, rubies, emeralds. Where can you become enrich yourself? Gold, oil. Where can you become rich yourself? And you have to own the land, or you got to turn that shit over, and they'll come move everybody out and dig that land up until they get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, I'll kick everybody off if they find out there's some valuable resources there.
So it's like, logically, to me, it all of it's blood. It gotta be.
Damn. Well,
it gotta be.
Thanks for ruining that for me.
I'm sorry. You know, that's what I'm here for, though, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So is everybody supporting Trina winning the I Am Hip Hop Award? That's an interesting choice. I don't even think about Trina when I think about hip hop. Even when I focus specifically on women in hip hop, Trina is not somebody that I would consider that I would be able to listen to, or I could get into her music. It never really was to me at all. And I don't even know how many albums she had, but for her to be I Am Hip Hop,
disrespected a lot of people to put her up there. That's all I got.
We did the work. You know, we did it.
I Am Hip Hop Award.
We did it. We had, look, it was so perturbing to us that we had to go see who are they giving it to? Who are these people? For Trina to be on the list, like, what's the criteria here? It's something that started in 2006. And I'll read out the names they had since then, starting with 2006. We got Grand Flash, KRS-One, Russell Simmons, who didn't rap, Ice Cube, Salt and Pepper, LL Cool J, Rakim. It skips over the years 13 and 14 for some reason. Scarface in 2015. I did not mean to click his fucking name.
Well, you might be able to
Snoop Dogg, Uncle Luke, Lil Wayne, Lil Kim, Master P, and last year Nelly. And this year Trina. Where does Trina fit in this list of people, in this company?
I can't believe Nelly's even up there, man.
He went diamond.
I don't care what he did.
You have to care. He went diamond and multi-platinum.
Well, we just talked about the influences and not caring about money.
This ain't about influencer. This says I Am Hip Hop.
I Am Hip Hop. I don't think he's hip hop.
Okay. Say less. I mean, you ain't got to tell me twice. I ain't gonna argue with you. But he did go down.
I don't know what category I would even put Nelly in.
But Uncle Luke is here. So if Uncle Luke can show up, Nelly can't come in behind him with his Air Force Ones and his grills?
There's just a lot going on I don't agree with here. But, I mean, who am I?
I mean,
Trina.
I don't see where she fits. Even on the list of people that's here, I don't even understand Russell Simmons. I guess I understand it from a record.
MC Light. I mean,
Yeah. MC Light would have been tough. Missy Elliott would have been tough.
Missy.
Missy would have been tough on there. I believe if we're thinking about a woman, I guess I'm thinking about women in hip hop. MC Light, Queen Latifah, um, Heather B. Um, but I don't know exactly what Trina's been doing because I don't remember the last time she made an album.
The baddest chick. She was good at selling sex. That's all I know.
Sex, and it was deemed as female empowerment. It was deemed as woman empowerment.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
it was empowerment, like Salt and Pepper. They on there.
Eve could be there.
Eve. I forget about
Eve. They put
Eve.
Trina up there.
Wow. What you mean replace? Not they shouldn't even be on the same list. I don't believe. Eve was tough to me. Eve had bars to be like for real.
I just don't know how it was decided, but I think it's kind of like the Hall of Fame, like where you can't be mad that everybody isn't inducted at one time. There's gonna be a class. They're gonna vote on it, and then that's gonna be the next Hall of Famers.
That's fine, but how does Trina make the class though? Who brings up Trina's name in, and then by show of hands, maybe she's the one. What did she do? I'm almost certain I don't know. And maybe a Trina fan can help me out if you hear this. Like, what has Trina done really?
She dated Lil Wayne. I remember that briefly.
I don't really fully understand.
Yeah, I would have to.
I don't get it. Let's bring it closer to home though, Neil. Because people make me carry this guy because he's from Charlotte. I'm forced to carry him because he's from Charlotte and this is where we live. Okay. Just once you hear it again. He proceeds to say, waited to say it for my next album. I've heard of songs like, say, what's that one, Dreams, where the chicks was naming a bunch of people they would, have sex with or whatever like that. But it was, it was a story. This man gets on a song off his trash ass album, and he's been trash. If you are the fan of the baby, I don't want you looking around now surprised that you fucked with a whole ass nigga like this.
But here's the thing. I know who his mentor is, 50 Cent. 50 Cent is the king of controversy. I'm pretty sure this is just something to keep him buzzing.
But don't
something to keep him relevant.
That's the definition of a hoe.
I mean,
you can't. I mean, like you drop. What other rapper name drops like that? A man? I can see if you give hints, maybe. But name dropping, who's doing that? Even for controversy, and his album flopped.
Does Meg Thee Stallion have an album out? She just dropped an album, yeah.
Traumazine.
And he has one coming out soon. So I'm thinking
his is out now. It's trash.
Okay. So I'm thinking that this is some kind of ploy to either promote his album or his next album.
Right, but you're saying ploy. That's what makes him a whole ass nigga. Are we saving him for
gimmick? You except for the people.
You're allowing name dropping. Name me another rapper that name drops a woman he had sex with.
50 Cent, his mentor.
What name did 50 Cent drop?
Vivica. Vivica for sure. I can't remember anybody else.
But he was actually with Vivica at the time, I thought. This man is not with Meg Thee Stallion. She has a whole nother boyfriend. She's living a whole nother life with, I think his name Party or something his name is. But she in a whole nother relationship. Tory Lanez shot this girl like 2 years ago. Why are you bringing this up years later? I know you said to stay relevant, and I get that. But that's what makes him a hoe.
Nas made a whole album about his ex-wife, and ain't nobody say shit about it.
He was with her. That was his wife. Not,
I'm talking about after they was divorced though.
but he didn't name drop her.
After they wasn't together no more, he made a whole album talking about it, trashing her like they divorce was.
He didn't trash her.
Her fault.
He didn't really trash her. I don't remember him going crazy on her. He never did.
But I'm thinking, because that album did pretty well, that was to resurrect his career. Because I mean, he did take a little, hiatus. Wasn't dropping really good music, and then he dropped that album. But back to back on topic here. I really do feel like that he just did that shit just to sell records or to
create controversy.
Yeah.
But I want you to deem him a hoe for it. I understand you're acknowledging what he's doing.
I think it's genius.
Okay. You think that's okay?
Yeah.
To create controversy off of something you did 2 years ago. Possibly, or more than likely. I don't think she's came out and addressed what he's saying, but his album flopped. There's that. Does that make you a hoe then if you try to create controversy and then have a flop? It doesn't work. Now you done came out here and you hoe for no reason.
Well, I know his stance against homosexuality is another thing.
That fucked him up. He couldn't even sell out a show. He was mad, or they was exposing him because he couldn't even sell out, or he only had 500 tickets to a show or something like that. That happened to him a few months ago. And they were putting that on the fact that people don't fuck with him no more ever since he said whatever he said on stage about the dudes that's either sucking dick in the parking lot or something to that effect. It was something that he didn't have to say.
Something that nobody asked him.
Right. He didn't necessarily have to say that. He could
say, "Hey, baby, what do you think about
dudes sucking dick in the parking lot?"
Well, I'll tell you what I think.
He did not have to do that, Like, boy, nobody asked you for no reason. Then you try to come back with this, bro. And your album trash. You can't do everything at the same time. You can't. You have to pick a couple things off this list. If you do all at once, shout out to Whitney Houston, right? If you do it all at once, it doesn't make any fucking sense at all whatsoever, bro. You can't flop and do this at the same time, in my personal opinion.
I hope he can resurrect his short-lived career.
You hope he can? I think we're better off without him. If he's gonna be out here acting like this,
he's repping for the 704, man.
No, that's exactly the problem.
It's only him and Cole and a couple other ones.
Oh man.
Ninth Wonder on the production side.
So do you want to deal with this guy?
Let's deal with it, man. Because I've been seeing a lot of people like, oh, they're like, oh, how can he cheat on her? And they're like, oh, because she's old.
Hold on, let's read the person that's put this up here. This random person named T says, "How come Udoka, mistress, name remains anonymous, and received no punishment, although she agreed to consensual sex? Is that normal for only one party name to get dragged and receive punishment, while the other, who cheated on their husband and broke company protocol, gets to live happily?" And as a caveat that maybe you didn't know, this is a white woman.
This is easy, lady. She's not employed by the Boston Celtics. That's the reason why he's getting punished by the Boston Celtics. So it goes against a contractual agreement that he had.
That's basic logic. Now, how do you feel about people saying that he, basically he cheated on Nia Long, and that makes him a trash ass nigga? Which I'm actually gonna do a live on another.
I don't know her personally though. We're all looking at it from a standpoint like what she represents.
Right.
Strong Black woman, been doing film for a long time. We've always seen her play an upstanding lady. So of course, on the outside,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like, I guess we're thinking, oh, she's a loyal woman. Why would anybody cheat on her? I don't like the fact that people are like, oh, they're cheating on her because she's old. I mean, he's cheating on her because she's old. Like,
They're only 6 years apart. He's 45 and she's 51.
right, and that's fucked up. That women are looked at differently than men anyway. Like, oh yeah, she's old. That's why he was cheating with a young lady. He had an opportunity to sleep with this young lady, which I don't even know what she looks like. What if she was trash compared to Nia Long?
I'm sure she was. Nia Long is tough.
She's older, but she's still bad.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Come on, man.
It's a blessed,
makeup or no makeup. Lady. Yeah. You tell me the women in Hollywood that can pull that off. Yeah. That can go out here with no makeup on and still be beautiful.
That's tough. You just did a tough thing just now. Once you brought makeup into it, that was a tough thing to do. And a very, very fair argument.
So it doesn't even matter. Like, it's fucked up. Like, if she's a loyal woman, it's fucked up that he cheated on her. It's regardless. But I would say,
with a married woman, though,
my type of relationship, right? I would have been open from the jump. When we first met, this is the type of person I am.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in being monogamous.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I want to be with many women. I'm going to have partners. This is who I am. I make money. You make money. You can date whoever you want to. I'm going to date who I want to. That's what loyalty is. But the word loyalty is so damn ambiguous, man. Like, it's left up to anybody's interpretation. I think if you lay things out in the beginning, that's the only way to keep from these situations happening.
But then how about...
there wouldn't be no cheating for me.
Well, then what about this, though? Why you got to fuck a bitch where you work that's married to somebody in the organization or whatever? Why do that?
He thought he was Phil Jackson, but he need to come his ass to LA if he gonna act like that. Like, he thought he was Phil fucking old Jenny Buzz. Like, nah, man. It's in the contract. You fucked up your situation because they saying that he's suspended for a year, but I doubt that he'll be back as a coach.
Yeah.
For that organization anyway.
Yeah, I seen
it. Don't look good because of who his fiance is. So he's in a tough situation. And he may not get another job in NBA. He might have to go to college route or even high school.
You think they'll take him up all the way down to high school?
I don't know, man.
They can do whatever they want with him. I mean, like you say, he's under contract, so he broke it. So at that point, they can do whatever they want because they're not obligated to keep up with the terms of that contract because you breached it.
And this lady that he cheated with, what if she was married? You know what I'm saying?
She was married. That's what they're saying.
The mistress, like the lady that he was cheating with,
has a husband.
Has a husband. Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
The husband is the one that caught him. The white husband, caught the white bitch. He the one exposed the shit. They said they caught him on a doorbell cam. This is, again, allegedly on a doorbell cam, and him and her was talking. And that's how the husband saw it, and the husband went up there and went crazy, of course. You got this African motherfucker out here fucking the shit out of my wife. I gotta tell everybody and go ham on him as much as I can. And he did it. He fucked his whole career with telling this. The husband could have kept him to himself and blackmailed him. But that could be me.
So
that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not here to hate on the cheat, the open or whether they closed or whether she, none of that.
Brother.
What if he would have just did it better? At least that's the least he could have did. Not a married woman. Eyes is on her. You sneaking, y'all double sneaking. That's too much. And at work, that's just sloppy, bro. That's almost, how they be robbing banks on TV and they had them red lasers all over the room and the motherfuckers be, why put yourself in there where you can walk through the bank when it's open and make a deposit? You could just do it away, bro. Keep it cool. You could have did that with some dignity, man. It's Nia Long. You at least be dignified if you're going to be out here cheating. You paying some side bitch off in 4 states over or some crazy shit like that. Not that, bro. And they said who whoever he cheated with wife was arranging the move for Nia Long to Boston to be with him for him to move to Boston to do the team.
Bro,
they was tight like that.
I'm not fucking with nobody that will not sign a contract.
You wouldn't fuck with a married woman even if she signed a contract. There's eyes on her. Her husband is looking for her to slip. There's no way a married woman signs this contract. The husband will have to sign a contract as well because he gonna go. The husband did this. He's suffering from what the husband felt upon finding out.
I'm just saying, if you got money, man, like I don't know, man.
I understand what you're saying. You're saying about a consensual sexual act with, say, a fan in the stands. Fine, NDA, cool. But you might want to make sure she's not married because that connects another person to the story. Or if she got a boyfriend that connects another person to the story. These dudes be bragging about messing with other dudes' wives, messing with other dudes' boyfriends. Them boyfriends be hurt sometimes. While y'all out here playing and laughing and rapping and having this money and buying hoes, these boyfriends be mad sometimes. And in this case, it was a husband. And he went and took it to this man's job, yo. That's what he did. That's how hurt he was by the situation. He took it to his job. And it clearly had an effect because we're talking about it. Like,
ain't no way I'd be getting caught up out here.
Not like that, bro. Not like that, bro. And then this person gonna ask why is her name not getting dragged? She's white. Like what are y'all not?
The lady that he cheated with is white.
She's white, you're right. And the husband is white. Those are white folk.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So why would you do why are you asking why her name ain't out there? You know why. He's the one that signed to the contract, not her.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you said, like it just is what it is. He was sloppy with his shit. And stop trying to justify it. I'm seeing people out here, I get the argument. Fine. Nia Long, we don't know her for real. Basically, it's almost like people are arguing that she deserved to be treated. She must have been doing something for him to go. It don't have to be that.
Now, if she was a terrible person, he could have stepped away. He didn't have to stay in a relationship with a terrible person. I've seen people say that too. Like, oh, you don't know what type of person she is. Cool.
That's no justification.
Right.
And even if my thing is, even if they have an open marriage, you don't do this. You see what I'm saying? Like, no, there's no scenario where married woman from work, I'm doing that. There's no scenario. It doesn't matter whether she's mean to me and we decided we're going to sleep in separate rooms, going to raise these kids together. I'm not going to be that sloppy because I'm still a public figure. Still, I'm a public figure. This man is on TV at coaching a basketball team, an NBA team. You don't do that.
A storied franchise like the Boston Celtics.
You don't do that.
The Lakers have won more championships.
As a black head coach, you don't do that, bro. Not that close, not that ridiculous the way anybody hearing the story is shaking their head at you. Now, you got these niggas who, they innately hate women, so they're going to come out and make it something Nia Long did, or like you said, make it about her age and all this shit. No, there's no excuse here.
I've seen
it's
men
just
say it, though.
That's what I'm saying. Men are going to use it to justify it because they don't. This can't admit it's wrong.
She was young, she was bad, and Nia Long is at her prime.
Okay. Like, that's trash. But that's what men are doing these days to try to, take digs at women.
Anymore.
Just to take disrespectful digs at women. Some of these guys build entire platforms off that. So to me, it's just it don't matter what the situation is. You don't do this. You're at work. You don't hit a married woman from work, a white married woman from work with a husband. And he caught y'all on camera at his house. What? Why are you even at her house, yo? Like, I don't understand any of this. I don't know why this is happening. Like, I don't even.
You would have been at the Ritz-Carlton.
Right, somewhere else. Like,
not even there. Like, somewhere so low profile.
And this is assuming this part of the story is real. I don't know. I mean, of course, I wasn't there, but this is what I'm reading is that the husband called him. So, assuming this part is real, why are you at her house? Why did that ever happen? One time, let alone the second, third time. But how did it ever happen at any point in the situation, yo? There's no way. What type of wife is that she would bring a man?
for her crib.
For a second, we gotta look at this and her and what y'all believe about wives and women and they don't cheat and all this old extra shit y'all be talking about. In this situation, both species are being looked at side-eyed as to arguing that monogamy is a natural human thing. Not only is it not natural for men, in my opinion, it's not natural for women either. And they both showed it.
Did she come on to him too, is what I wonder.
I don't even wonder that. It doesn't even matter. You're supposed to stiff arm that bitch. Catch a flagrant on it if you have to, but no. Like, bitch, we at work and I'm not. And even if we walk down into this rabbit hole with him, he did it wrong. He's at his house. At her house, rather. Come on, yo. Like, assuming that's real. Like, I don't know how he got caught, but the fact that the person is married and worked with him and was helping Nia Long plan the move. So this is a bitch that's fucking her husband and Nia Long's face as an assistant. Like, it's wrong. All of that's bad, yo. It makes
this week's episode
like
whose man is this?
Like, right, bro. Stop it. And of course, women are coming in and giving their 2 cents about what Nia Long should do. And I can let you guess what they're saying. They want her to leave immediately. She shouldn't even be in that situation. He's a fucked up ass nigga, blah, 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 blah. Not factoring their relationship, their marriage. There are many people who don't throw their marriage away for infidelity. Theirs just happen to be more public. His is way more disrespectful. It's the disrespect, yo.
Yeah, what if they do have an open relationship?
It's still the disrespect. It don't even matter. Like, he did it wrong. Because now...
Like, what if Nia come out like, y'all need to mind your own fucking business because...
She can't.
Give a damn who he fucking with.
But she could feel that way, but she had to look at him and be like, you could have did this better. Our name is on TV. Even as a business model.
Yeah.
Our name is still on TV. You put me in a situation where I have to go out here and talk to people. And that wasn't a part of the deal. You get you some pussy over there. I'll run me some rando sometime over here. Nobody's name on TV.
Yeah, that's very
true. like, come on, bro. Everything about him is wrong in this situation. Not even what he did, how he did it is what my main thing is.
Now people out here talking about Nia, trying to get her name but it's making her relevant again. Ain't that? It's crazy how it works, man.
Right. People act like they've been loving her the whole time, even when she was down.
I'm sure they watching Friday and everything right now.
They wasn't even asking for Nia Long. Like, this would be a good role for Nia Long. I don't never say it in the comments. Ever. Nia Long would have killed this. I'm like, no. So now everybody, because she's a victim of a philandering black man, they going in. They going in. Because black men are the only men that cheat, of course.
Yo, good luck, my mans. Udoka, I wish you the best of luck, bro. You don't need it.
That boy need the ancestors, boy. You better go back over there and get him a goddamn spell or something to get him right, because it ain't gonna. I don't think
he's gonna have to marry a white woman now to set things right with the with the universe. He can't go back to black women. It's too risky.
Yo, he had to go back. Yo, he better stay with his wife. He better be somewhere crawling. You got them singing at the window. This motherfucker better be doing everything, yo. Everything. He has to be. And one of those things might work. And women have to stop being so mad at the fact that sometimes it works. A nigga's begging work sometimes, man. Everybody else, they mad about that. Like, it works sometimes. Like, stop being so mad. Like, she dumb.
Forgiveness.
She a stupid bitch. I would never. Like, you're not Nia Long and you're not married to this dude that coaches the fucking Celtics. You're not in either situation. They got kids together and everything. I didn't even know that.
They're hypocrites anyway.
They got kids together.
I've seen these women out here fucking dudes with no jobs taking these niggas back. So I ain't trying to hear that shit.
You ain't doing it. You say you ain't going.
They ain't even in the workforce getting this dick sucked. Nah.
You ain't going though, basically. Yo, have you hold on. I'm trying to find this damn. Hold on. I'm trying to show you this. Not that.
She looks familiar.
Who? You probably didn't see her face on the news. It was a black woman who came from Africa, met her at cave on Craigslist, and he done murdered her.
Shice.
In Wyoming. Moved her away from the family. Now he drained her bank accounts and used her and changed her passwords and stuff. And the cops didn't arrest him. They charged him with credit card fraud or some shit like that. Didn't charge him with her being missing. And he took her card and went to the store and bought boots and a shovel at the fucking store up the street. And they got him on camera doing that. And he told me he don't know where she at.
Wow.
And they didn't arrest him. Still ain't arresting. They're trying to bring awareness to it.
Christ, man.
It's tough. It's tough.
Stay out there, look, man.
Yeah, it's tough.
Ain't got a map for these caves out here. I ain't never seen a map for a cave, yo.
Like for real,
Stay out them caves.
Like, please. At least if it was a black man, they'd be arrested his ass. A black man ain't gonna get away with no shit like that. But a white man, they ain't even arrested him, and they got him. They charged him. They arrested him and charged him with credit card fraud. This is after the fact. Him being on tape buying the boots and shovel, he got charged for that, but not her being missing or presumably dead at this point. None of that. No murder charge.
He gonna have to confess.
He would have to confess because they don't find the body. They're not gonna charge him with shit. And I would argue they're not even gonna look for a goddamn body because that ain't what they do when it's black folk involved. They don't do that at all. So I think that's a good cut.
Always, man.
I think we did it good right there. For real.
Always, bro.
But we're going to tell y'all to leave y'all comments down in the comment section. If y'all got some suggestions or some shit y'all want to hear us talk about, hit the email up or hit me up on Instagram or hit my brother. We're going to have to put all of our follow shit in the in somewhere so people can see it and click it because people are lazy as fuck. They won't actually go type your name in. It's too much work these days. They have to have links to click to get there. And they may be too lazy to do that. So, it's creating a whole culture, a lazy culture.
Well, they're making us work like 18 hours a day. So I feel people trying to save time doing everything they can to do so.
You're so kind.
Yeah.
I think they're a bunch of lazy bitches. Because by now, considering, I'm thinking real people supposed to have a whole lot of likes, a whole lot of followers, but it's the DJ Akademiks of the world that get all the fucking attention. And they do dumb shit like the baby to get attention. You can't just have real conversation.
Yeah, you gotta be in a damn gun range every day.
Right.
Talking the way he talk.
But we out of here though, man. We'll see y'all next one. We need to come up with a schedule as to how often we're gonna do this shit. When we can guarantee the people gonna get what they want most times, unless something crazy happens, like I break my leg.
We can do it at least once a week, man. Twice a week. Because I told you, my schedule different now, yo.
Yeah.
It's gonna be easy.
So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out and keep y'all abreast. That's such a funny word.
Yep.
Keep y'all informed. It's the same thing, which is crazy, right? Two completely different things. To what we got going on and to what's coming. All right. Bruh Brothers Podcast. We out of here.
Mama, same motherfucking daddy.
That can actually be every time.
Every motherfucking time.
You say it. Same mama, same motherfucking daddy. We out.